Hello, and welcome to Financials Podcast, Future Rich. My name is Barbara Ginty, and I am your host and also a CFP, which stands for a Certified Financial Planner. If you are a new listener, I say this on the regular, but since we're in a new season, I figured it was good to go over it again. And I am here with my guest today, Zoey B.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you live, how old you are, what you do, all that sort of jazz.
Okay. So I currently live in Buffalo, New York, from Kingston, New York. I'm in nursing school, and I just got a job as a PCA, so like a nursing assistant.
Okay.
I also work as a nanny.
Oh, nice. Okay, so two jobs.
2 jobs. I've been a nanny for a while, but I just found a new nanny family that fits better with my schedule. So 2 jobs.
Two jobs and school.
2 jobs and school, yes. I'm in my third. Sorry, what?
I was gonna say, you got a lot going on. Okay, wait, and how old are you?
I'm 29.
Okay.
So school round 2. I already have a bachelor's.
Okay.
So
school round 2.
round
Okay.
2.
School round 2. Okay, perfect. So live in Buffalo, in school, 2 jobs, 29, single, partner, single. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being single. Okay, so let's see here. All right, so I have a couple of logistic questions. So do you go to school during the day and work at night, or is it like, how does it work?
I'm a night student, so I have clinical once a week at 3 to like 11. So then I can work mornings before that. And then I have class Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. So it actually it's easy to work with it, honestly. And it's not a schedule this semester because I'm in my 3rd semester. I'm graduating in December. So I've gotten most of it done.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, so then we're in the home stretch here.
Home stretch.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so basically like 11 months-ish?
Yes.
Yeah, which is crazy. And then when you get done, forgive me because I don't really know, do you have to sit for your boards first and then?
Yep. You have to take the MCLEX, then you can become a nurse.
Perfect.
And I'm getting an associate's, and you have to have a bachelor's now. So I might continue on with my education just since I already have a bachelor's and try to go into an accelerated program to get a master's.
Wait, say this again slower because I'm not that familiar with the medical field. Okay, so you are going to have a 2-year degree in nursing, correct?
Yeah. Which you can start working with, but they want you to have a bachelor's lined up, like you're going to go or you're signed up, you're already in classes or whatever. But since I already have a bachelor's, that feels redundant. So I was like, I found accelerated programs where I could go on to get my master's, and then you can be a nurse practitioner, or you could do nursing education. So you could.
I love the nurse practitioner role.
Yeah, that's what I'm most interested in. But I haven't worked as an RN yet, so I feel like I should do it first to make sure that that's not just more money getting poured into my education that could be a flop.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Before you spend that amount of money and that time, I think you should make sure this is what you want to do. But with an NP, I feel like you can make really good money.
Yes, it's definitely a good route to go with nursing.
Yeah, absolutely. I've worked with a few NPs before who really love what they do and have good income. So it's a win-win. Okay, so let's talk about, so we got a lot going on.
Yeah, it's a crazy year for me.
Crazy year for you, but it sounds like it's all moving in the right direction. So it sounds like you decided, finally. It sounds like you had the 4-year degree, which doesn't sound like was in so you're obviously pivoting here a bit.
Yeah, I got a math degree, and I was really not good at math, but I kind of I was going from secondary math ed, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I do not want to be a teacher for high school students. It sounds awful. And then, but I had already taken all those math classes, so I was like, I'll just get a math degree. But it was really, really hard, and it felt really unnatural, so I never did anything with it.
Oh no. So then, so let's talk about, so where are we? So school is tricky, right? Because usually you don't have the income to tackle all of the debt because you're in the process of getting to that point. So why don't we talk about because you have 2 jobs, which is impressive. Why don't we talk about what your current income kind of looks like? And then also maybe I'd be interested to know what your debt with your former degree, if you have any, and then what you're taking on for this with the nursing school.
I'm in a lot of debt.
Okay. I had a feeling just because you've done a lot of education, which is a good thing. So I just wanted to kind of see where we are so that we could plan going forward.
Okay, yes, the debt is overwhelming. So I
Okay.
checked my FAFSA, which
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think it's Buff State combined with my nursing school. So it said
Okay.
$27,000.
Okay.
But my parents were paying on my Buff State one for a while, bless their souls. So it could be a lot more. And then I had to take out a personal loan because my financial student loans wouldn't completely cover my nursing school tab. So
Okay.
that's 15,000.
Oh wow. And then what did you take that? Like, did you just do a bank loan?
Yeah, I did Sally Mae.
Oh no, I hate her.
Oh no, I should have asked
That's okay.
you.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll work with her. Okay, so 27 prior we think, and then 15,000 to help cover the nursing tab. Anything else?
Um, which I don't, now that I'm not full time, it's covered by student loans, so that's kind of good for me. So I don't have to keep taking out personal loans. And then I have like $5,000 in credit card debt.
Okay.
So I'm just like a piece of debt, a large piece of debt walking through the world.
I have never heard of that phrase before, but we might have to coin that one.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's talk about so we have some student loans, which is kind of what I anticipated when you said you had a 4-year degree already, and then you're back in school. Um, but important to get in a career that you like, and nurses, I could never do it, so thankfully there are people like you who can do it because I would never be able to do it. I get scared. So I think it's a great career path. I also really I think we should explore the NP to see kind of what that's going to cost versus what you're going to be able to make. And I agree. I think you should work in this field for a bit. I just make sure this is definitely what you want to do before you plunk down any more money.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so let's talk about the two jobs.
Okay, so I make 20 an hour for nannying, and then I make 15.05 at the hospital. And I will be working like 24 hours at the hospital, two 12-hour shifts.
Okay.
So, because it's a nursing assistant, I'm not a nurse yet.
Yeah.
And then,
The nanny job, is it on the books? Just curious.
no, I just started doing it. I've been a nanny for years though, and it was on the books, but this one is not.
Okay,
I
so
don't.
that will be nice.
I don't think I'm going to. Do you think I'm going to get? Do you think tax people are listening right now?
I hope they're not. I
You leave
hope
me
they're not.
alone.
But also Zoe B, I mean, they can't find me with that name.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So leave me alone.
So how many hours? So okay, so $20 an hour nanny, and how many hours a week are you going to work for the nanny gig?
They're really awesome. It seems like I'm like, I can work today, and they're like, okay, cool, come on over. So I work, and they're my neighbor, so no gas involved, just walk over.
That's amazing.
Um, it seems like anywhere from like 6 to 8 hours, like 4-ish times a week, maybe
Oh
four.
wow. Okay. So let's just use the low ball. So 6 hours at you think 4 times a week?
Yeah,
Girl, do you sleep?
yeah. I require a lot of rest, so yes.
Did you know that Future Rich offers 3 online classes in partnership with SUNY Ulster? Well, you're in luck. We do. We have our Future Rich Signature course, our Student Loans course, and our brand new Social Security course. All of these classes can be found on our website at www.futurerichpodcast.com.
Okay, so
Third
we'll
semester hasn't started. This all happened like in my school break, so like we'll see
got
how
it.
I adjust. I need to like start.
Okay, because you did just say that you're going to work 24 hours a week at the hospital, and then that's 24 hours a week at the nanny job, and then you did mention an 8-hour clinical.
Yeah, the clinical is annoying, but yeah, I think that I mean it's a little over 40 hours a week. I don't think that's that crazy.
No, just the working is 48 hours.
That's not that much.
Okay, this is great. So
I
that's
have
48
to do
hours. Yeah, you do. You're going to have to grind it out this year. So this will just be the year of work, sleep, repeat.
That's how I
Work,
feel.
sleep, school, repeat. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I've been really lazy up until now, so I kind of like have to do it.
okay, so let me just estimate this out. So we're going to assume 24 hours a week, nannying at $20 an hour. So it's $480 a week. That's
Mm-hmm.
fantastic. So we're going to do that by 4 weeks. So that's 1900. We're just going to use round numbers estimate here. So that's about 1900 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And because that is going to be off the books, that should be fully in your pocket. And then you're going to do the $15 an hour at the hospital for 24 hours a week as well.
Yes.
Which is going to be $360 a week. And 360 times 4 weeks ballpark is going to be gross $1,440. Let's just assume you're going to keep, I don't know, 75% of that. I'm going to maybe even a little bit less. We'll say you get about it. Yeah, let's just say.
I'm going to have benefits through them too. Because if you're a part-time employee, you can still have benefits. And so I'm going to get like healthcare and everything through that. So.
Oh, awesome. So we'll estimate that you get like 900 from them?
Sure.
And you'll see how it goes. So let's just assume at the end of the month between those 2 gigs, the nanny gig giving you the most because you're not paying tax on it.
Mm-hmm.
You should be bringing in, it seems like somewhere around, I would say 2,600 to 2,800, depending on like the benefits and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then now from there, let's go over expenses. So what are you paying? You're renting, I'm assuming?
Yes, renting.
Okay.
It's $775 a month.
Okay.
It's steep, but like, no, you can't find a 1-bedroom for cheaper than that for that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So then, what do you think you are all in with with utilities and all that sort of jazz?
I've been like going over my budget, so I actually have all of it written down. My
awesome.
car is $215 a month.
Okay.
Car insurance is $150.
Okay.
Sally Mae is already making me pay back some of the personal loans, so I pay $61 a month for that.
Okay.
Verizon, I think it's like $100 a month.
Okay.
And then for like my stupid credit cards, I pay like $180. And then I think electric is going to be like $25 because obviously I haven't moved in yet because everything's just up and my life's insane. And then I need Wi-Fi. Which how much is that? Like $25?
No, I think Wi-Fi. Sorry, my phone is.
You probably have like amazing Wi-Fi or something. Though.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I have to have fast Wi-Fi. Yes.
Yes.
I was paying $60 a month for Wi-Fi, so I think you can get it a little bit cheaper. But I do think that they've figured out that people like have eliminated cable, so therefore I think they've made the Wi-Fi more expensive. That's my personal opinion. I would estimate $50 for Wi-Fi.
All right, throw it in there because I obviously need that.
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna have that in there. Okay, so we're gonna estimate that at $1,600. We then need you to eat.
Oh yeah.
And right, I mean we have food. Okay, so then we'll just assume from there you have $1,000 left in the month.
Okay, that's not terrible.
No, it's not terrible. You also should be spending no money because I know you're working 48 hours without school. You're going to school Tuesday and Thursday nights, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a clinical in addition to that. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
On Mondays.
On Mondays. Okay. And so how many hours are you at school?
So my Tuesday class, I think, is an hour on Zoom. And then my Thursday class is 3 hours on Zoom. You can leave after an hour, but I probably won't.
Okay, so 4 hours there, and then the clinical is long, though.
Clinical is 8 hours. But I don't know. It's a lot of like sitting down and like discussing. So I'm not like so crushing myself at clinical. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So the way I figured it though, between work and that, like just you have 48 hours and then you have 12 hours of school. You are at 60 hours, which I agree is totally doable. Like for those who have listened, who have worked those hours before, you can do it. You just are giving up some of your social life, which is fine because you're doing this to obviously change directions.
Yeah.
So, if it's spread out over 7 days, then it's like a normal work day. You're just doing it every single day. So,
Yes.
but it's temporary. It's not permanent. So with that $1,000, you obviously need money for food, and maybe we didn't add gas in there. I would assume you need gas, except for the nanny gig, which is great.
My job is like 5 minutes away though, so it's not steep. And
Oh,
I think
good.
once it gets nicer, I'm probably gonna ride my bike there.
Okay, so we don't even have to estimate in that much for gas.
Maybe like,
Okay. So we'll say $30 for that. And then how much do you think you spend on food a month?
I've been bad about it,
Okay.
but I can be really good about it, So like maybe like 200 a month.
That is lower than I thought you were going to come in. I've heard people, I mean, I hear all different numbers. I think that if you were spending
like 50 a week.
Yep, like 50 a week or 75 a week even, that would also be fine.
Okay, make it, well, I have to eat a lot to sustain my energy, so maybe make it 75.
Yes. So we'll say 75 a week. So then we'll say that you have around 600 a month left over.
Okay, that's kind of exciting.
Right? See? This is why it's good. This is why it's good, even though things are in flux right now with your life. I think it's important because we can get good habits developed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is an opportunity because then this way we know what we're working with before everything starts.
Mm-hmm.
So with the 600 a month, I think the first thing I would do would be kill the credit card.
Yeah.
Because we can get the credit card done because it's $5,000. If you put, let's just say 500 towards it, you'd be done in 10 months.
Whoa.
I know, people don't realize that. And then you wouldn't have that at all. That would be totally gone.
That's how we want it.
Yes, and that lines up with when school is going to end as well.
So then you can bang out all the other debt that has accumulated.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. Because then that 500 a month is back in your budget, and then we can start tackling your other loans.
That's smart.
Yeah, and it gives you a bit of leeway. So I'm estimating 500. I think you have 600 left in your budget, but I'm only estimating 500 so that you have like an overflow there.
Yeah.
So, if you spend a little bit more money on food, that's fine because we have wiggle room. But I would target trying to do, because you're putting 180 on the credit card. So I would get that up to 500. So, and then with the rest of it, my next question was going to be, so we're already doing 180 towards the credit card. So you're going to add 320 to your credit card payment, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to round that up and get that up to 500. So then we have another 180 in your budget that I would like to spend. So where do we want to put it towards? Now, you said you get benefits with this new gig.
Mm-hmm.
Does that include retirement?
Yeah, I think so. It's like I have like a pension, I think. And okay, so what's Liberty Mutual? Is that a retirement thing?
It could be.
I didn't join it yet because I wanted to make sure that I was making enough money to like pay my rent. They match something. It's a since it's a hospital, it's really good benefits in that sense, I think.
Okay. So here's going to be your homework. If you're getting a match at work, I'd like for you to be in it and I'd like for you to get the match. So after we accounted for, we took your $1,000 that we had left over after all the expenses that you gave me.
Mm-hmm.
We added everything up. And so 600 to work with. I took 320 to put it towards the credit card debt. I'm giving you $100 of wiggle room. So we have 180 left to spend. So I'd like for you to find out what the retirement plan is at work, and we could maybe put that 180 a month towards that and get the match. And the other thing, if that $100 doesn't get spent in your budget, I think it would be great to put it in some sort of emergency fund. Do you have one?
I have a small savings right now.
Okay. What do you have in there?
Probably like $300.
Okay, perfect. So let's just say Yeah, perfect. So let's just say that you'll have to get back to me on what you have with this new gig, and if you're eligible to join because you're going to be a new employee. Sometimes they make you wait.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
I think
hopefully not.
I probably have the paperwork.
Okay.
I don't want to waste any time though.
Because I love getting free money, and so if they have a match, I really would like for you to get it. The other thing I was thinking is if they don't, then maybe, and the reason why I'm leaning towards this um, versus 100% the emergency fund is that you're 29, and do you have any retirements at this point, retirement savings?
Nope.
Okay, that's okay.
Which is bad. I know it's bad.
No, this is why you're on the podcast, so we can get this squared away. So I would like for you to do retirement and emergency fund with what we have left over in the budget, which is approximately 280, give or take. So how we divvy that up is just going to be dependent on what you have offered. And then the nice thing is once we get the credit card tackled, we have $500 back in the budget, and we can increase what you put towards retirement savings, and then we'll split that with student loans. So we'll be doing all three goals.
It's a lot of goals.
And it's a lot of goals. I know, but I want you to do all of them. So the credit card will be great because we're just going to free up a bunch of, you're already going to be working a lot of hours between that and school. So you should have hopefully little time to spend money for the next 10 months. So let's just, when we get to the 10 months, you now have a new job, you're going to make more money, right? Because you're going to be credentialed then. We'll have gotten rid of the credit card debt. And then from there, we can start to tackle the student loans more aggressively.
Yeah, maybe I feel like my parents will keep helping with those too.
That would be great.
Yeah, I feel like you should take like financial help whenever you can, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you have parents that will help, I would. Yeah, absolutely.
I feel very blessed for it. Shout out to mom and dad. I'm trying to find. Okay, here it is.
What does this paper say?
I wish to contribute 4% of my eligible pay and invest my contributions in the T-Row Price Retirement Fund. Okay.
Does it say if they match 4%?
I swear it did. Assumes a 6% annual rate of return compounded weekly in a tax-deferred account. I don't know what any of those words mean.
I know, it is foreign. I was just thinking you were going to say this is foreign language. That is just assuming, meaning they're like predicting or estimating a rate of return. It's tax deferred, meaning the money that goes in there you don't pay tax on. I'm not as worried about your tax bracket because the higher income paying job you have is off the books. I just want, and you know what you could do when you go there, if you have an email address for HR, you could email them and just ask what the match is and ask when you're eligible to join the retirement plan. Those are your two questions.
We had an orientation and they gave us the paper and I think this was the paper. So, and I swore they said they matched something or they already.
Do you see the word match on there anywhere?
No, I feel like they tricked me.
The paperwork is sometimes more confusing than it needs to be and is not as clear. Like it should just be in bold in the top, right? Like match is 4% or 6% or 50%, 3%.
Do this because we'll match. Because then I would have been like, cool. But then I didn't do it because I was like, I'm not giving you any of my money.
Okay, so I'm going to have you go back to those friends and ask them.
I'll ask those friends.
Yeah, ask the friends those two questions. What is the match? And am I eligible to join the plan now? Because sometimes if you're new, they make you wait. My next question is, do you think you'll stay there? And then you want to ask this is just to make it more complicated. You want to also know what the vesting schedule is, which means how long you have to work there to keep the money.
Ooh.
I know. So my next question to you was, do you think you'll be there for a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think it's definitely worth it.
It'll like roll over into my nursing career and then hopefully an NP career if that happens.
Okay, perfect. So I was hoping you were going to say it's like, well, just for a year.
No.
So it would be, the ideal if that's where you end up working at the end of school. And then if you decide to go the NP route, then that would also be awesome. Okay, so your homework is, what is the match? Am I eligible to join now? Or like whatever your start date is. I think you are because they had you at that orientation. I think they would have told you you can't, like, it's not
Yeah.
relevant for you to go. And
Yeah,
then
I
you want
think
to know what the vesting schedule is, like a vest that you put on.
vesting schedule.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can forward those to me, but that I guess we'll have to do a little, when we post your podcast, we'll have to do like a little follow-up blurb about what you ended up doing with the additional 280 that we have in your budget. But I'd like you to be in the work plan, and then whatever is left over, if you have any wiggle room, if you like really nail the groceries and you only spend $50 a month, anything extra should just go into that savings account.
Okay.
Because then we're getting rid of your credit card debt. We're getting you into retirement, which is key because time is of essence with the retirement. And then we're going to be bumping up your savings. And then when you're done with school, we should have you back on and figure out what the next stage is going to look like.
Yeah, it'll look better.
No, this is good. I mean, you're making really good income. So kudos to you for doing this in night school while working. Yeah.
Thanks. I actually enjoy school now, so it's not like soul crushing. You know what I mean?
That's good. That's like hopefully a good indication of the job, right? That you like what you're learning about and you'll like doing it.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, fingers crossed. So for all of our lovely listeners, you can find us on Instagram at the Future Rich Podcast. It is the best place to connect with us. It's our most up-to-date news and information, and we will let you know when we're posting podcasts. And then you can also check out our online classes, which are in partnership with SUNY Ulster at www.planancial.com.